Hey everybody, welcome to our JobNimbus 101 workshop today on using financial documents in Tandem. My name's Logan.
And I'm Daniel. And as you might remember, this last few weeks, we've been talking about how to create estimates, which really starts that financial flow in JobNimbus. You want to start with creating your estimates, and then you'll go on and create your other financial documents. So if you remember, right, so we've been talking about our estimates. We created an estimate last week, which used an estimate template we created the week before. And here is that wonderful estimate that we created. But we don't have to just stop here. We can actually use this estimate to create our other financial documents, such as our material order, our work orders, our invoices. And that will really help you save time in your company so you can spend more time at the beach. Who doesn't want to do that?
Everybody wants to spend time at the beach.
But it will also increase the efficiency of your team and increase the accuracy of your documents, because you don't have to recreate them over and over and over again and forget to add in a line item that should be, or accidentally add in a line item that should not be there. That right there is going to help your company out a lot. So to convert it, click on these three dots here, go down to convert, and you can convert it into any of these documents right here. But since the estimate has been approved, and what comes after the estimate, the material order, let's start with the material order.
All right. So most of our companies use material orders. You have to order the things that you're going to use at your site. Some don't. For instance, we have a combination Zen Meditation Center and skydiving retreat that does not use material orders, but I'm assuming that's not who we have on here today. So this is going to look a lot like our estimates, where we can choose a design template, which is how it looks. We could choose a save material order, but since we already have an estimate that we're converting, we are not going to do that. And we'll choose the date we want it delivered, in this case, the 24th. Now, since it's just materials, we're going to take off the things that we don't need, like this tear off or this materials section header. And then we'll just have the things that we need to get from our supplier. We might also want to change our special instructions to tell the supplier what we need. So we could say, please drop off on parking strip, avoid carnivorous plants. Maybe we can even spell right, but not always. And once we're done with that, we're going to go ahead and save the material order. So here we are, and you'll see this material order looks pretty similar to what we've already seen as far as an estimate goes, but this is something that's going to be sent out to our supplier. To make that easy, all you have to do is click on the three dots over here and choose email material order, and you'll get a list of every supplier in your account. We're going to send this to Carl Weathers. We could choose an additional recipient if we like, and then we can choose from one of our already created templates in order to send this out very quickly. And there you go. In about 5 minutes, we got from having an estimate to sending out our material order to our supplier.
Yeah, that was super easy. But we can take this one step further. When we're in our material order, we can even convert it to an invoice, but we're not going to do that because we already altered this material order a bit from the estimate. So instead, let's go back into our job, get to our financial section, and click on the three dots here to convert the estimate, the original estimate, into an invoice. Here we have our invoice builder. We can update this as needed, but we're not going to touch the line items. We can update the customer and internal notes. We're not going to do that either. Instead, we're going to update what's here, the new options that we have in our invoice builder. We can change the terms from net 15, which means that it'll be due 15 days after receipt, to due on receipt. And then we're going to change the due date from today to the 26th. That's when the job will be done. And that's when we're going to send out our invoice. So let's save it. And here we have our invoice. It's a lot like the estimate. We can see what will be sent out to the client right here. And we can see what can be seen internally that's not shown on the template down here. And we can even send this to our client directly from this window. by going to email invoice. As you see, our client's already selected. You can type in additional recipients if needed. We can also choose an email template if we have an email template created to send out with our invoices, and we can send our invoice out to our client. And there you go. That was super simple. Creating the estimate and running it through the line all the way through our invoice.
Absolutely. There's one more thing, of course, that has to happen after you send an invoice, and that is you have to get paid. You might have noticed while Dan was scrolling through this page that there is a make payment button right here. Now, if you've integrated with WePay, which you can do from your settings, this is going to appear on all of your invoices. Your customer is able to click on that button and automatically pay using a credit or debit card or a bank account, depending on what options you choose. So they can pay over the internet immediately after they get it, very quickly. Now, if you don't want to work with WePay, we can also enter our payments manually. Let me show you how that works. We're just going to pop over to our financials tab, and we can pay from the invoice. So I'm going to choose add payment. I need to add a reference number. This can be anything as long as it's something you're going to remember. So I'm going to, there we go, that's a good reference number. And we can choose the amount that we're going to pay on this. We'll go with a down payment. The date that it's received, the method through which it was paid. Once again, this is just for your records. And the amount that's applied to the invoice, we're going to go with the full 100. Now, once we've added this, you'll see that this is reflected on the invoice tab. The total is 300 odd, 100's paid, 200 odd is still owed. The other way we can do this is we can add a payment using the add payments button here. Now, what's different is we can choose not to automatically apply this to an invoice. We will go ahead and do that here though. Once again, we need a reference number, we need an amount, a payment date, and a method of payment. We'll go ahead and save that payment. And you'll say that this invoice is now paid off, zero is due, and its status is changed to closed. So in about 10 minutes, we took you from an estimate to sending out a material order to receiving an invoice and paying it off. Pretty simple with JobNimbus.
Yeah, it is. And that's really going to save you time. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today on our JobNimbus 101 webinar. If you want to check out any of our previous webinars, they're all on our YouTube channel. Go check them out. They're awesome. If you want to look up any information for yourself and learn how to use JobNimbus, you can read our articles on support.jobnimbus.com. You can even talk to a real person here at JobNimbus. If you can use that phone number down there to call one of our amazing support reps, or you can even email into us, and we're more than happy to help you out with anything JobNimbus related. Thank you again. Bye.